All right, so hello everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, world, wherever you're watching from, and welcome to the Connected Conversations. And I'm so excited to welcome Vicky Rolfe, or the Body Confidence Queen. So thank you so much, Vicky, for joining us and sharing your gifts with us.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited to have this conversation with you today.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Vicky. And I would really love to start with your story
Yes.
because your body confidence queen and business and everything that you do comes from your story, which is, so inspiring. So
Thank
share
you.
with us wherever you want to take us.
Thank you. So first of all, I'm Vicky, as Martina said, Vicky Rolfe, and I'm a certified nutritional therapist and advanced clinical weight loss practitioner. And I am known as the body confidence queen because it's not just about the weight loss, but it's the whole journey and lifestyle that you get to develop from it. So my story started. Where did it start? um, First of all, let me say I struggled with my weight all my life. I was a chubby, very chubby, overweight kid, and at the age of 10, I had a teacher who revealed my weight in front of the whole class. Um, in front of everybody, and I was a lot heavier than everybody else. And so I started to get teased and all of that. So I put on an armor on me at that time, and I said, I'm going to be so perfect that nobody will ever make fun of me and nobody will ever judge me anymore. So um, I started that journey of self-sabotage at that time. And I was 10. I was 10. And then I tried all other diet and everything, and nothing really worked. I always say diets work until they don't work. So it never really worked. And it followed me well into adulthood until um, when my mom got sick. It was maybe 6 years ago. She started getting sick and she was diagnosed with a neurodegenerative disease. And it really shocked me, not just because of the disease, but also because I got to look at my mom's life and realize that, first of all, I was on the same track as my mom, right? And second of all, my mom never took care of herself. She took care of her family, so my sister, my dad, and we were her main focus, which is really noble, really remarkable. But at the same time, my mom didn't have any social life. She was struggling with her weight as well. She was not comfortable, confident in her body, and she kept doing stuff that she really wanted to do because of that. And she didn't have good nutrition either. It was not a glass of wine, it was a bottle of wine a day. And my parents were making their own wine at the time. So you can imagine there was a lot of wine going on, every
Yeah.
single day, amongst other things. So she got sick with that neurodegenerative disease. And then I just watched my mom go down and her health go down. And my mom passed a year and a half ago from the disease. And it really, that's what got me into realizing, okay, I need to take care of myself, right? And the proper way, not just a quick fix, because quick fixes never work, but a long-term solution, because I don't want to be my mom in that way. And I don't want to leave this planet early because I have kids, I have young kids, and I want to see them grow, etc. And so it was really a wake up call for me. And from then I was successful, and then I started teaching other women, and not to focus on the number of this on the scale, but um, to really create a lifestyle that works for them, and where they can get the confidence that they need to
Mm.
pursue whatever they want in their personal life, in their career, or wherever they want.
Yeah. What a powerful story. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
being vulnerable and authentic and transparent.
Thank you.
And it sometimes it takes this hard moment as you've had with your mom, suddenly just this wake up call, like I'm actually doing the same. Because as it comes, right, we are copying, we model what we learned from our parents. So I would imagine, hadn't you changed anything, probably your children would copy you in certain ways if you didn't make any changes. So what I see is that you're leaving legacy, really,
Mhm.
for the women outside who gets to work with you, who gets to learn from you, but for your family, to
Yes.
putting yourself first and looking after yourself. And I mean, I'm not a mom myself, but I worked for 7 years with moms. I was teaching gymnastics to children and to parents. So I could see this pattern for moms to look after themselves and put themselves through, like, incredibly difficult.
Mhm.
Incredibly difficult. So I just was to thank you on behalf of all of the moms in the world that you're doing this.
Yes.
And then from here, with body confidence, it is right, we can kind of focus on adults right now, but it is for children, right? Because again, from this perspective, where I got to work with children, which was all about through movement developing their body confidence, and it was so incredible to see when they became confident in their bodies, whether they were like this or like this,
Yes.
they got confident in their own body, and suddenly they started to make friends, suddenly they started to speak up, suddenly they were just so much like joyful, and it was beautiful, it was beautiful. So it just goes from, I mean, the
It
whole
grows.
lineage.
It
Yes.
grows, yes, exponentially. And it's the same as adults. Sometimes we
Yeah.
see children like, and we notice those things in children, but adults, we're just grown up kids, but
Totally.
we are kids, right? So it's the same thing. If you do not feel comfortable within your own body, within your own skin, then it's going to be very hard to go out and do whatever you want to do, and get the confidence that you want, to achieve those things. So we're exactly the same. It's just more
Yeah.
knowledgeable. We like to pretend we are, but
Yes. That's, I love that. I love you said this. Oh my gosh, yes, because seriously, they've got so much to teach us.
Mhm.
Just with the way how free they are, how freely they express their
Yes,
emotions. They
yes,
feel the feels, they have all the emotions, and then they let go. So, okay, I'm done, let's play, you know?
yes,
And they
yes,
move through it, and we hold on to so much and making stories and all of these different interpretations, just like observing kids, like, okay, how are you making friends and all that?
hmm,
Maybe how I get to really learn from you how you spend your time, just being, right?
yes.
Just
It seems
being.
so easy. It seems so easy for them,
Right.
right? And then we're like, I don't know, should we talk to, and something I want to add too is that when I was a kid, I mentioned I was overweight, like big time overweight. And I did not notice until an adult pointed that to me.
Yeah.
And that's where I became self conscious, self sabotaging, all of that. But before then, I had no problem. I knew I was bigger than all my friends, but it didn't keep me from making friends. It didn't keep me from doing whatever I wanted. Like
Mm.
I was dancing in the dance, ballet jazz, they were calling it at the time. I was dancing since the age of 4, and I was the chubby one, and I didn't care,
Yeah.
But But when someone pointed out and then see other people reaction, that's where I became self-conscious. And that's where I was like, oh, I'm different. Oh, I need to do something about that to blend in. And from that moment, well until adulthood, my only goal was to blend in, not to be
I've
myself,
got
but
chills. I've
to
got chills
blend
as you say
in.
that.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I didn't want to stand out. I didn't want people to notice me because I thought that they would notice me for the wrong things. I thought they would notice me for my body and what it looked like.
And that's
Mm.
it, right? It is such a power in language, and we get to be, I feel like, so careful
Yes.
what we say to each other as adults, to friends, and to children, because this one comment, and I have very similar to, in very different way, but it's all at school, like, she's a slow reader, she's a slow writer, and then since then up until now, like up until quite recently, I've been working through my self-sabotage and self-confidence, because I was always identify, oh, she's good at sports, and
Mhm. Mm.
that was my, and the whole journey, the whole studies, everything was about sports. And then as I was working with kids, and we were doing these opening circles at the beginning of the class, and often we're talking about school and what is your favorite subject, what do you like to do, and all these kids, oh, I love English, I love math, I love science. And in my head I was just thinking as the kids, like, oh, I wasn't good at maths, I wasn't good in Czech language, I wasn't good in chemics, and it was so on. And then I realized, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wasn't good
Mhm.
at anything else but sports, because that's what I was really praised for
So, yeah.
and told. So, I mean, this is a conversation on its own, really, we can have. And I love that you really brought it up, because it can be one simple comment, right?
Yes.
It's just so. So from there, Vicky, I'd love to kind of go into how this affected you, let's say, this journey, in terms of, because I know you have your business for a while, but
Mhm.
you have, because I mean of this, you have own challenges in your first business, right?
Mhm.
With your feeling good about yourself and all that, so bring it up to the adulthood, let's say. So how did you shift it, and what was going on for you?
Yeah, so let me just say real quickly, I had a business 10 years ago, and
We've lost you for a second. Okay. Play the music. Okay, let's see where we. Okay, we've lost her. Okay, so we've got to go with the flow. Let's keep it real. I'm not sure if I can pause. She's back. You're back. Hello.
sorry.
I was just like, okay, let's play some music.
my battery
Awesome.
my laptop battery died, and as I was reaching for the thing, it just, yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. I mean, that's life. So you had business 10 years ago.
So yeah, I was saying I had a business 10 years ago, and the business, I lost the business. And the reason why I lost the business is because I was not promoting myself. I was not promoting my business, and because I didn't have body confidence. So what this means is, while I should have gone to networking events and talking about my business and going out, well, back then we could, there was no COVID. Um, and all of that, all I was doing was staying in my apartment and working on the font on my website to make sure that the fonts were perfect. And Martina, I even hired someone at the time that I thought she was beautiful to be the face of my business because I didn't
Wow.
think that I should be. And when people were asking me, who's that person? Why is not your face that we're seeing? What I was saying was, oh, it's because it's not about me. It's about helping other people. It's not about me. But really, what was going on in my head was, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I shouldn't be the face
Yeah.
of my business because, people won't buy from me if they see me, you
Yeah.
know? So because of all of that, I ended up losing my business because if you're not promoting your business, how will people find you and how will
Know what you
people,
do, right?
hire
Yeah,
you?
totally.
So I lost the business and I incurred a lot of debt and I had to go back and find a job. And it was the most revealing to me of, oh my God, there's something, but it's only that's interesting. I didn't really know at the time that this was happening with me
Okay. Hmm.
because it was all unconscious because it
Yeah.
was there since the age of 10.
That
So
was the
I didn't,
self-sabotage, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's really when my mom got sick and I got to look and be faced with the reality of what was happening, that's really when I realized, oh, this has nothing to do with, oh, I'm just helping people, I should not be the face of the
Yeah.
company. This has everything to do with my own, self-confidence and the way I felt in my own body.
Hmm. Yeah. That is so powerful because I mean, having your own business, that's journey on its
That's a
own.
journey on the
I mean,
yes.
that's going to be totally another story.
Yeah.
But it is this, right? No matter what, you are your brand,
Hmm.
right? You creating. I mean, you are your brand, and I'm sure that there are so many women who are struggling or who find challenging to put themselves forward just because of that, because there is so much of beautiful filters, right, on
Yes.
Instagram, all over Facebook, and everyone looks certain way, and then people look differently, let's say, or they don't want to put all these filters on, but it's like, okay, but I'm not fitting in, maybe I shouldn't be there, and then often we don't even go there.
Yes.
Like we maybe start, we have all these ideas like, oh, I'm gonna impact the world, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, but then when it comes to go, it's like, I don't want to be on the camera. Like,
Yeah. And the reality is we live in an era where everything is online. Not
yes,
everything, but the majority of things is online. So if you have your own business and it's not a storefront, a brick and mortar, then chances are you're going to be online doing things like that, an interview or Zoom calls, and you get to be confident
yes,
with who you are and in your own skin,
mm,
because otherwise it will transpire on camera and people can read people very well, even when you try to hide and no,
yeah,
it shows someone who is not confident in their own body, doesn't like the way they look, is constantly looking at, oh my God, I have a double chin, or I have my
there is a
arm and it's
pimple and the
flabby and
hair.
my
Yes,
hair. And you
yes,
can see it. You can see it
yes,
because it's in the unconscious, and you
yes,
will do things. You will do things that give out, you know?
totally.
Um, yeah, exactly. And so it's imperative that you feel good within your own self. It's imperative, especially in this time where
Yeah.
everything is online.
Yes. Oh my gosh, there's so much. And along with that, saying that there is, I mean, you can feel the energy, right?
Mhm.
How many times, I mean, you've been on calls with people and you can feel them, they are with you, and the moment they grab the phone and they maybe check something, they're looking at you, but you can see that they're not with
They're
you.
not there yet.
You can feel it even though it's online. So this is just so huge on its own. So Vicky, let's transition into like, how do you support women? What does it look like to work with you? And yeah,
Yeah.
let's go there.
So there are different ways, but everybody is at a different stage, right? So there are different ways that people can work with me. I have a group program. This is a preferred way, usually a group program, and it's 6 months, and it's called the Body Empowerment Club. And in that program, I really show women to take ownership of their nutrition and their body and mind,
Hmm.
because it's whatever we say, it's not just about the food, you
Yes,
know.
totally.
And the on the weight loss journey, the food is about a third of the story. The other two-third of the story is your environment, your internal environment, what I call your entire environment, like your thought, your belief,
Hmm.
and all of your mindset, all of that. And your external environment is where you live. And to address those parts, it's just a game changer in everything, in your
Yes.
confidence, in your weight loss, in everything, right? And so it's really important to address those, and which the majority of the weight loss program, they do not address that.
Yes.
They just give you something, eat this and exercise that way. And I'm not saying they're bad. That's not
Hmm.
what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you want long lasting result, and if you're not a necessarily overweight women, but I had a friend the other day. She was telling me, Vicky, I know I'm skinny. I am skinny. I'm a size 0. I'm skinny. But she said, last year I put on 10 pounds, and you cannot believe, she said, she was a CEO of a big company, and she said, you could not believe how it impacted my work. Like, I was on stage most of the time, and I was traveling for work, and my confidence went just down because of those 10 pounds. And she said, nobody knew that I put on 10 pounds, because as a size 0, it takes a lot of weight for people to notice, right? But she said, me personally, I knew. And just the fact that I knew,
Yeah.
it just brought my confidence down. I didn't have the same amount of energy that I had,
Yes.
and I did not know what to do in in that situation.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, last year I didn't know her. She's a new friend. So I said, oh, well, you know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, often we think about weight loss. We think, oh, well, I'm not overweight, so nobody will want to help me. But that's why I say it's body confidence. It's not just the weight loss. The weight loss is the and the result, or the side effect of all of this. But
Yes.
it's mainly to gain confidence in your own body. So so I have that program that shows that, or it's a one-on-one that we go really deep into their health.
Sounds great. I mean, it sounds amazing, and it is exactly because I know whatever I feel like I see, it's the element food, the different types of diet, what's good, what's not good, and all that, which I feel like it's another story. I don't know a lot about it, but I feel like no diet fits all, but this is how I see it presented. Eat this, and this is the result you're gonna get. And then the exercise, the specific exercise, do HIIT, or maybe do cardio, do this. But we've done together this leadership program, right? So seeing what others could, I mean, achieve by releasing their emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and how their weight has just dropped. I
Yes.
know that oh my gosh, this is just so beautiful that you do that, and keep talking about it, go keep teaching the truth, because it is right.
Yes.
It's not just the food, and it's not just the exercise.
No. And
We're holding on to so much.
everybody's always surprised that I don't talk about I don't talk about. My expertise is nutrition, is not fitness. And most of the time, when you think about weight loss, is a fitness expert that will give
Yeah.
you a plan, an exercise plan.
Yes.
And women are always surprised. They're like, "You're not going to give me exercise?" I'm like, "No, no, that's not the focus. The focus is your nutrition, to give you a base to understand your nutrition, because I believe that when you understand something, then you can replicate it, for the rest of your life. And we address the emotional, psychological side, because that is the two-thirds of the
Yeah.
story that nobody
Yeah.
talks about. But we
Yes.
don't talk about fitness. I don't give you a fitness plan because, first of all, it's not my expertise. And second of all, exercise accelerate your weight loss, but is not necessary for weight loss. And that's a big
That's
shock for a lot of
huge.
people.
Yes.
you know?
That's huge because emotion just creates protection, right? We
Yes.
put play on to protect.
Yes.
So, I mean, we could go on and on because this is such a beautiful and empowering topic and so important. So, where can our listeners find you? If they want
Yes.
to work with you, they want to learn more from you, what's the best way to reach you out and to follow you?
So the best way is via the website. So it's Vicky Rolfe, my name, vickyrolfe.com. And there's ways that you can send me a message directly from my website. So that's the best way. And also you can follow me on Instagram. It's Vicky Rolfe. Or on LinkedIn, it's also Vicky Rolfe. So I made it easy everywhere throughout.
Sounds great. Sounds great. And very lastly, you are about to have a workshop, right?
Yes.
In a few weeks' time. So tell
Mhm.
us more about that as a kind of the cherry on the cake.
Yes, the cherry on the cake. So the workshop is on June 25th, and it has different time during the day, so you can choose. But it's a 1 hour workshop, and it's entirely free. There's no cost attached to it. And it's really about how to eat healthy on the go, because we all know that we're on the go all the time. And on the go doesn't only mean go out and you're on the road, but also with, the COVID situation and the kids at home, and you're trying to work at the same time. Then how do you find time to eat, and what do you eat that is still healthy, that can sustain you? So that workshop is designed for women, to help them and support them in that area. And at the end of the workshop, then you end up with a plan, and you know what to eat, and you're more knowledgeable about what healthy really mean, right?
Hmm.
So it's going to be a fun workshop on June 25th.
So that's Friday. I'm just looking at the
Yes, that's a
calendar.
Friday.
Yeah, so that's a Friday. Awesome. Well, I'll make sure
Yeah.
I'm there
Yes.
because I'm on the go and I do tend to go for the easy, quick sugars
Yes.
to bring my energy up. And then, no surprise, I'm exhausted and a few hours later and the cycle goes on. So I am excited to learn from you, Vicky. So thank you so much for coming on the Connected Conversations. And
Yeah, you're welcome.
is there any last message or something we haven't covered or something you would like to reiterate for our listeners? What would you like to leave them with?
I just want to say that when we talk about weight loss, we tend, especially women, to focus on numbers, and numbers. So it means something, yes, but it's not the ultimate way. Like counting calories, it's not the ultimate way. I lost 30 pounds, never counted my calories, never will, because it's all in the mind, and it's all in the knowledge. I always say the women that work with me, they never have to diet again because they have the knowledge. They know. So it's all in the knowledge. So don't, if you want, you can go for the quick fix and lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Yes. But keep in mind that those quick fixes, first of all, they don't teach you anything. They just order you to do something. You're going to be in, you're going to restrict yourself for sure by either cutting a whole food group or reducing your food intake significantly to achieve that goal. And as soon as it stops, then the weight is going to come back on. So be mindful of what your objective is, right? If you have something in 30 days and you want to lose the 30 pounds and you know that you're going to gain it back after, up to you. But if you're looking for a sustainable way, look for something that will give you knowledge and not just everything all like on the silver platter all made for you, because there's always a underlying thing
Yeah.
under that uh yeah, it's not a long-term solution.
Yeah. Totally. Well, thank you so much, Vicky. I'm
You're
gonna
welcome.
attach your links to the description so people can follow you and learn from you easily. And well, all the best.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited for your workshop. I shall be there.
Yes.
And yes. And yeah, have a fantastic rest of the day.
Yes, you too. Thanks so much.